Good morning, folks. It's 9:50 a.m. on the 8th month, 17th day, 2025. I'm looking at the image here of the last available image I have of New Zealand. And boy, would you look at all the chem that they're pumping in and up and around towards Auckland, because this is all streaming in this direction, and it's going to catch this vortex here, and that's going to just knock that right home. Okay, so the bad weather you've been experiencing over the island is being caused by geoengineering. You see this pulse wave here? Okay, it's pretty well to map out. You know, if I get the old squiggle mixture out, which I will do, and we'll pull it out from here and show you the pulse. That's really done some pinning here. See if we can a little slower. Pulse, 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 pulse. And inside these you'll see the gaps. You see that blown out area there? That's where the waveform comes through. And so this wave is going sideways through the sky like that and down in that direction to meet that mass of stuff that's showing up right here. And quite a motion on that storm. I haven't fully loaded it on the sat view. If I pull back here, you see now that that low has just crushed over the what I call the sphincter there, which makes the winds are going to start coming back around into the Whakatane area. And I'm expecting your totals overnight to get quite high. See a bit of a chem bomb deployment here into that mass of stuff, and which suddenly made a whole lot of clouds happen there, didn't it? So as you watch for these chem deployments, pow, that's going off like here and there, you'll see where your big pulses are going to be nucleating a lot of condensate. It's a very similar move here, but you may notice a straight line from here to here. That is a massive heart blast that came all the way across the planet. I did a good map of it this morning. I might, if we're lucky, be able to find it fair quick. Should be, I think, this one, where I actually mapped the image that I have from Worldview today, where you can see like this area is the pulse that, and I actually mapped what direction the main pulse was going, so you can see the flows that are going to be expected because of that. Excuse me a minute. And the straight line created by this is a whole waveform, goes across the top. This direction here is part of another whole system. It seems to be pointing right at Blenheim. Yeah, because it does, and then there's another one that leaves Blenheim and goes that direction up. Okay, so triangulating an EMF blast coming from right over here is pretty easy to do when I look at areas like this where the condensates have changed. Very, very easy to see. So that's some of my homework that showed me the directions of the flows, and it's well visible even in this 4-hour image of the wedges of the pulsations coming down to pin this storm here that you're about to get along the east coast of Australia. And you pretty much can see the stopping line. Right about, if I zoom in, that up there will be Harvey Bay, Yeppoon, Rocky, Brisbane, Metroplex down there. And it seems to be the stop lines right here, just right around Byron. So I'm expecting flows to pin at an angle up the coast. I'm expecting this to go well inland here because of a tongue of cold air is going to make it quite volatile. So I'm expecting to see some totals here that are going to exceed the 15 centimeter mark. I'm expecting to see totals around Tweeds, 15 centimeters, 13 centimeters, and some of that's going to come within about a 7 to 8 hour period. So I don't think this map's going to accurately show you what I just told you, but I just did this from my own sussings and looking at all the models and saying, why the hell ain't they telling you the truth? Right? Because I read EMF like a hawk. And they may hide your radars, but they don't hide what the glitch does in the sky. Yes, ding-dongs blaming glitches. So New Zealand, you're really the ones that are catching it today. As that low does the dance, you see this one here is going to have to come up and over at New Zealand before this totally just fucks off. It's just bye. So Auckland, the second batch coming through during the afternoon hours tomorrow to be expected, and it's going to again give a good bat to the North Island. Winds could be fairly decent, nothing like you experienced a few weeks back, but the gustinesses are going to make travel quite dangerous. And I can probably have a quick peek. I just didn't think to load that one. I just wanted to get a quick something out, because there's a lot of worried people. And don't be worried. If you're a prepper, you're prepared. What, you can stop the wind to blowing? Yeah, there's some very big gusts to be expected during this event in some of these hilly areas here. Excuse me for that noise. This thing's falling off my desk. There's some miles an hour. Blah ha ha. Take that, Mr. Higgins. Higgins is BOM. I can't believe he has his own BOM page. Does that mean he's the government and you're actually paying the government for a private service not to give you forecasts? Does the BOM have a vested interest in Higgins, and that's why they don't tell you when things are going to happen? Yeah, this is very gusty. Okay, so it's going to be big problems with the winds. Okay, so watch yourself in these passes. Yes? These are the deadly winds. Right? These are the ones that kill people that are out there being fools on the roads. These are accumulated winds to be expected during this event that's coming over the next few days. That was the accumulations. So as individual winds go, as this goes through, you don't never know when the north wind's going to blow, but you know whether you're going to need to go somewhere or not. Sometimes I advise you don't. Big wind field looks like she's coming up on overnight hours, Monday through Tuesday afternoon. It's going to be roaring through Cook, so ferry will be leaning a bit sideways, and these are sustained winds. Okay, and it's very high. Very, very high. And that's back in kilometers an hour. Wow, he's all over the shop, folks. Well, I'm watching Hurricane Aaron in the United States. Everybody else, it's not showing you one incredible graphic I have right now. You want to see it? Well, check this out. Yeah, why not? Just I hadn't loaded it for today. Yeah, let's see what she's got going on. Here's Aaron. Aaron is steaming to North Carolina. Whether it makes landfall or not, I don't think so. I don't see how, but with geoengineering, I didn't see how they was going to make Acapulco get buried like that. That's it. This is high, very high winds, very, very high winds. I don't care about the forecast. I want you to look at this 48 hours of mimic of the making of this storm. Beams comes up the side here, move it. Then you're going to see pulses come down through the storm. And while that's going on, I'm going to download this image. I'm just going to keep it. It's just being like fuck. They held it off those islands. It should have gone straight over the top. See these big pole plates? That was HARP. Actual HARP from Alaska. It popped over the top of the United States, and the beam from the Azores hit it. I've been watching this storm since the day it was born. They're really whipping it along now. And I've got a really good graphic of the, let's see if we can find this in my downloads here. If I go to this day 2, Mimic 24, that's that pulse where they went right through the center. And this is when it went to category 1 up to 3. It's a certain move that they did to whip it along. See, whip, 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 and then pulse the fuck out of it. Bzz, bzz. You see that where the thumb is on my thing? It'd take me a while to go through this video with you. It would be an entire different one. But this is what I call documentation of a man-made storm, right? Because you're not going to get any kind of image of the center of the storm yet. I'll just humor me a minute, and I'll take it to the last family picture, because they used a satellite break right through its eye. Now, there's nothing to see. That day, on the 15th, nothing in the center of that looks round. And this is just before it went Cat 1. Okay, somebody was asking me about that. But I was concerned about this from yesterday. Yeah, Australia. So this is you. This is you today. This is 2 low pressure systems coming in. They say the low is here, but it was really here, chasing in behind this. Look at the shape of that. Is that round? No, it is not. Not at all. Not a circulation. And there's another pulse wave showing up through here, similar to the one they just showed you over the top of New Zealand. You can squiggle down this one and see. I can tell where the storm's riding in. The main low has a path of least resistance right through here. Now if we zoom in a little bit, you'll pick up the pulse. There. 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 You have a ship. There. And then there's none behind it. So the center of the storm gets picked up inside the waveform and then pulsed along. Boom, boom, boom. You ever see a serpentine thing like this and they put a ball there and as they turn a screw here, these just go up and down in place but the ball moves along? Same principle. Yeah, it's a curved, like a sine wave conveyor. It's a form of an Archimedes screw, stretch flit. It's engineering, just engineering. And they call this geoengineering for a reason. If you look at the edge of that crap, over there near Mini-Yip, and Runny-Yip, and Sky-Area-Yip, all over the place, and the Warren, Kekabale, and Bindor, and what the heck is this? Now, these are Earth's precious parks. What a bunch of scam-a-lama ding-dongs think they could block the sun or burn out a perfect square on the ground down there. What is that, like a land parcel that got sold? Did you get sold down the river? Oh, they dried up the Murray. This is just all geoengineering, setting up water in the sky. It'll rain down on you. Look at the V shape to this. You think you might have a radar over here? I think so. The coordinates. How do you find coordinates? I don't know. It just comes up when it's a pain in the ass to me. I'm just looking at some of the cam here, Bateman's Bay. Total, well, a total carpet bomb, but just enough to give you the snuffles. God only knows what's in it. It's a major pain in the ass to see this over Major Street, Captain Flat. Look at all those cam you got over the top of Yanam bada bing bang bong State Park with a bing and a bang and a bong, a big scalar square outside of Canterbury. Ooh, look like a magical boogeyman there in the sky. I ain't kidding, look at all the frying going on here. Bzz, getting fried, Straya style. Fried, Straya skies. Look at, there's the face of your ancestor over Junie. He does not look very pleased. The wagga man. I'll put that in my geosculpting collection. So we call that, we drawing faces in the skies. The art of geoengineering. What a shame, what a shame. And this was you guys, Zealand. Zooming out, zooming in. And I'll show you the forecast stations and the combinations of the various nations. What a scam, what a scam. Global warming is a hoax, global warming is a lie, and as Cassandra once said, it's the geoengineers who are fucking up our skies. Bzz, you got a ship out here. Radars and geoengineering, cloud brightening, private money invested into individuals who think they're saving the world, but really, they're not. And the report would say, we're not sure of the health effects, but here's what happens when I do that. What's falling on the ocean floor you're not monitoring that's dying from this? What's not being asked permission? Does that look like a friendly cloud to you? Will you ghost me if I tell you about this? No, we're one of the fucking flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Some weather just for you. Like a bunch of demons coming over. And you're worried about immigration, and I'm worried about this catastrophic shit over your nation. Look at this Kanban formation here over Harlem. Look at that, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots in the center dot. That's a Kanban formation. Another one there. These are being deployed in like a carpet bomb, and boom, flak. Was there a battle of Britain going on over the top of you today? I think you guys were in for the fight of our lives here. I don't think that's an angel's halo on top here. Or Mother Mary calming the comfort. He looked like Aladdin with his genie bottle in his hand. Oh, Solomon, we need your sails. Where are the archangels when you need them? Well, some woman Napoleon had on out here. Look at these things. These ain't natural round super systems. This isn't something you'd be expecting to see before a major flood and catastrophe occurs. And that's what's going to be occurred in New Zealand. That's going in and out in a few days, and you got some fair totals coming from that. Very fair totals. And I'm going to zip over to Australia and show you that. And I invite you to support my work. I could have posted a GoFundMe link if I had one. Somebody asked me, how do you support my work? Well, your kind words, your pictures when I asked for them, sent never to my messenger. See some of the coastal totals starting to show up? Those are way too low. Way too low. Way too low. Let's see if any of them are honest. I said 13 to 17 around here. That's what I'm expecting to see. That is inaccurate. At some point, we're going to get honest weather from the honest people. So I'm going to continue with my forecast from yesterday. And this pocket back through here, I would need a map to do it. So let me give you a map. Right, let's see what's closest to it. And I'll write my own totals down for you. Yep, this one shows the best most area cover. Right, I'll give you the totals.
I'm not seeing it on the Weather Channel.
The things I hear from people. I don't defend my podcast. As a matter of fact, I don't even tag anybody in. Right, there's a sweat coming back here. Is very accurate. Right over here, I'm looking up to about 20 ACM. And the sweat right about there. This sweat through here. 175 mm. That's in centimeters. That's in millimeters. And Higgins, this is what you could draw in your map. Yeah, and drink from that fountain of youth. And continue along. The coastal roads down here, I'm expecting 10 cm. Right. As I go up the coast through here, I got a pocket coming through here. 13. 15 centimeters, and it's going to come fast, very, very fast. I got a pocket coming through here. It's going to get about 10 to 12 centimeters. There's one big pocket down here, and I can't determine where it's coming in yet. It's going to see 20 to 250 cm. Yeah, that's a lot, quarter of a meter. Through a section through here. As to be expected. I wouldn't be caught out on this coast road at all. I'm going to get a map back up. Let's clean it up. Right. Got cold pockets. The mountains are here. Alright, the air coming in here is getting trapped on this side. The EMF wall has really pushed a lot of this tropical in. Antarctic up and Antarctic in. Tropical air down on the back. Big cold pocket of air is coming down here, so I'll give that to you in gray here. There's a pocket of cold air coming through here, right? You're going to see some temperatures -1, -2 some places up here in Queensland as that beam stalls it out. And that's the volatility line. It's going to cause the winds to rush. And that's going to make a pocket of rain happen here a little later into the event. So the biggest problem is the totals at the coast are going to make it's going to make it difficult for stuff to run out to sea. And as the stuff goes to run out to sea a little later on in the event, there's nowhere to go, and it's going to cause flooding in some of these valleys over here in the Northern Rivers area. Has to. It's just how it's happened in the past. So I have deep concerns if they ever get honest with the totals for these areas in here. And where I'm expecting 17 centimeters, 15 centimeters, and all of it's headed towards this Kings Cliffs areas, Chinnabra and all that. When there's nowhere for it to go, this whole area down here where the sugar fields are and all that, I'm expecting it to flood. And we're willing by, and where the river comes down into the town, some of you people might want to consider taking some of your stock and putting it up in the air. And I would do that now, and anybody who likes to help people might want to offer assistance for that. There's a possibility of getting cut off from the other parts of town is very high down there. I'm not expecting any kind of event like you had in 2020 or anything like that. It's going to come fair quick. You're not being properly warned by the Bureau of Morons, because they're morons. And well, it's the government. The government's doing the land grabbing, and the government hides the truth and tells you things that aren't safe or safe. And it's really all I got to say about that today, okay, folks? So, geoengineering, as far as what I've seen today, is big sickness mixed streaming over Western Australia to join this massive stuff. To join in on all this. And look at how many lows you have here, side by side spinning. It's like a set of the dueling record player, the spin master, spinning away their yarn, spinning away their lies. Yep. We're all a bunch of suffragettes being fucking ushered into smart cities. Are we stupid? Or are we jackasses paying for our own poisoning? Wham bam, climate scam! Into your suffering smart cities. Boom, 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 plumes. Bye, folks. Be safe. Peace.